Hey, what's up, guys? We're All Time Low.
We are in beautiful Munich, and you're watching Allschools.
First of all, I really appreciate that you take your time for me to do this interview.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
How does it feel to be back in Germany for you?
It's great. We love it here.
Yeah, this is probably one of the more extensive tours we've done in Germany.
Yeah, we've played a lot of cities. Like 5, 6? Yeah, 6 cities on this tour. So, we spent some good time in Germany, and every show's been great. So, it's cool to come back, and people keep coming out, and the shows are getting bigger. And Germany's a really good market for music. So, it feels cool to be growing here.
Do you always see the same faces in the first rows?
We have seen a lot of people, coming out to a few shows, There's been some people following the tour, which is really great.
Yeah, I think Germany is it's a great place to visit as well. So a lot of people from other countries come to these shows because they like to see the other German cities, which is cool.
Absolutely.
Like lots of history and stuff. Yeah. So this year in June, your latest album came out, The Last Young Renegade, and I heard that you had first kept it a secret that you're recording or writing an album. So why have you kept it a secret at first?
We just sort of didn't really have any reason to put it out there that we were making a record. We were sort of we had just signed with the new label, and we kind of wanted everything to come out at the same time, information wise. So we just sort of saved it. We were on Fueled by Ramen, we were working on the new record, and we just sort of wanted to get it finished and be really happy with what we had before we shared the news. So that was really just about timing.
Yeah. So everything went right in the end.
Everything
you
went.
regret it?
Not at all. Everything went great. The new label's amazing. Really good family to be a part of, and the record's a really fun one. It's something a little bit different for us, which I think has been a really cool growing process. And it's put us on a new path. I think now we're in a place where we can, going forward, do a lot of different things with our music, which is going to be exciting.
And why have you chosen to go away from Hopeless?
It was just kind of a good time to try something new, I think. It was nothing against them, really. We love Hopeless. They always did a great job for us. And
for me personally, and I know that the other guys I think agree, it was less about leaving Hopeless and more about joining Fueled by Ramen.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, because we really idolized and look up to that label since we were teenagers. We love their roster. We love everything they've done, and we just think they've done a good job. And it's a place we kind of always wanted to be at some point.
Yeah, they were the first label we ever showcased for, so it was kind of a cool full circle moment when it came back around, and we our contract with Hopeless was up, and it was so we had the choice to sign anywhere, and
it wanted us.
Right. Anywhere, of course, but yeah, so this time around the timing was right and things worked out.
So it's like a little dream came true for you.
Yeah, for sure. It's been very cool. We love everybody there. The team's so great, so it's been awesome.
And like you just said, you wanted to try new things on that record. And I think you can hear it on the record, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit darker than the other ones and maybe a little bit more or less optimistic. And I wanted to ask you, what was different at the writing process this time? What themes, for example, inspired you this time for this record?
I think it was just about being really honest. All the songs come directly from things that we've been through. Growing up and getting to where we are now in a band, and I think really ultimately it's that story arc of the character that is coming of age, finding themselves, discovering themselves, and being okay with who they are, and so that we sort of created the embodiment of all of those stories in The Last Young Renegade, this character that we could talk about it in a concise way. PETA's gonna be mad. And so it kind of just came together in that way, and I think it's a little darker sonically, but the record's very much a story, and I think it definitely starts dark, and the content of most of the record is sort of about the trials and the tribulations of this character, but then at the end I think there's a really nice redemption. Yeah, I think it leaves you with some really optimistic songs at the end with Ground Control and Afterglow. So it's kind of we wanted to make a record, not just a CD where you listen to 2 songs. We wanted it to be an experience all the way through.
Like a record, you have to listen from beginning to the end.
Yeah. You don't have to.
Yeah,
but it
I
helps.
know,
I think people
it helps to get the story.
Yeah, I think people that do appreciate it that much more. There's been a lot of, not to cut you off, there were a lot of people who at first when a few songs came out, they weren't they weren't able to get it. You know, they were tweeting me going like, I'm not sure I understand the new direction yet and whatever. And then when they had time to spend with the album, then they were like, okay, this makes sense.
No, I get
so
it.
So it's a very cool thing that people have, spent some time with.
But it's always cool when you, like, as a fan, when you can explore an album.
Yeah, I think
really
that's
cool.
what it's all about.
Yeah.
I've always loved records that take you to places.
Yeah, that's true. So you've got some guests on this album as well, Tegan and Sarah, and I heard that you're fans of them, and they are actually fans of your music.
Yeah, I
was like, okay, that's
so
quite
much.
funny.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So tell me, how did this happen to get them?
Well, we kind of just took a shot in the dark. We didn't really know them or anything, but we had the song, and I knew that it should be a duet. It was kind of written as a duet with a female part in mind, and yeah, we sent it to them. We kind of felt like the music matched sort of what they do, and
we didn't really think we didn't think they would do it, but we just didn't really know what to expect because, like Alex said, we weren't really friends with them. You know, it wasn't like a band we toured with before. Yeah, it was just we were just fans of them. You know.
Yeah, just a shot in the dark, and we were like, this would be great. Like it would be so awesome if they wanted to do this. So we sent it, and they were into it, and it
worked out.
Yeah,
great.
Really cool hearing them. Yeah, hearing their voices on a song that we had done.
Cool, very cool. And how does it feel for you to have actually musicians on your record you're fans of? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, we've been really lucky over the years with our the people that we've had on our records. You know, on our the record 2 records ago, Don't Panic. Yeah. We had Jason from Acceptance, and we had and Anthony from Bayside, and that was really cool because they're all our friends. And before that, we had Maya from The Sounds on a song. Yeah, so I mean, we've had a lot of really cool guest features throughout the years, and most of them are our friends, but this time it was just like a band that we're fans of, so it was cool.
It's pretty cool. And actually, I've got one last question for you.
Yeah.
You're doing a few anniversary shows in America to celebrate the 10 years of So Wrong It's Right. And do you plan to do more shows, for example, in Europe or something, like a tour or anything?
To be honest, it just comes at a weird time in our career that happens to be 10 years because we're so focused on Last Young Renegade right now. And we're so focused on what All Time Low is going to be moving forward. So it's cool to do those special shows, and maybe we'll end up recording them or filming them or something. But I think that we're kind of focused on the future of All Time Low.
Yeah, I think there's a time and a place for bands to go back and reflect on past records, and it kind of right now it doesn't really feel like All Time Low is there. Yeah. We're really optimistic and excited about what we have in the future. So I feel like going back and dwelling on old records and putting all the focus on that would sort of do a disservice to where All Time Low is going now.
Yeah, we could always do a So Wrong 15-year tour or
exactly.
20. Yeah, it's like
or 20-year tour.
Yeah.
That's true.
The music aren't going anywhere, so when the time is right, we will do it for sure.
So it's just a little bonus.
Yeah, it kind of worked out at the end of the year there. We wanted to experiment with doing something like an event where it's in one place for a weekend, and that might be something that we want to do more of, whether it's with an old album or whatever. So this was sort of like a trial run for that. That'd be fun.
And okay, I have one last question.
Yeah.
You just said you're looking forward for the future, for All Time Low, what is going to happen and stuff like that. What do you wish for your band?
We just want to keep reaching people. I think we've been very lucky that the fan base has continued to grow and that we keep seeing new fans come in. So really, we just want to get the music out to as many people as we can and keep playing shows.
It's crazy. Like the other night, we had the biggest show we've ever headlined in Germany and the biggest show we've ever headlined in Amsterdam. And it's like it's 14, 15 years into a career and still see that kind of growth from the fans is like really, really cool. So just
I can imagine.
Yeah, so it's rare and it's a good thing.
But thank you guys.